The Allied Molded Products part number 9343. NK is a non-metallic outlet box designed for surface mounting. This type of box meets the standard outlined in National Electrical Code section 314.43, which pertains to boxes used at outlet, device, or junction locations. The design of this box includes raised rings, which serve a crucial purpose in preventing electrical contact between the conductors inside the box and any supporting screws used to mount the box. These rings create a physical barrier, ensuring that the wires remain insulated from the screws, minimizing the risk of short circuits or electrical faults. Now, let's discuss the installation process. Before you begin, it is essential to ensure that the power supply to the circuit is turned off at the breaker panel to prevent electrical shock. Firstly, mark the intended location of the box on the mounting surface. Use a pencil or marker to clearly indicate where the box will be positioned. Accuracy in marking is important for a neat and secure installation. Secondly, drill pilot holes for the mounting screws at the marked locations. The size of the pilot hole should be slightly smaller than the diameter of the mounting screws being used. This will allow the screws to grip the mounting surface firmly without causing damage. Thirdly, place the box over the drilled pilot holes, aligning the mounting holes in the box with the pilot holes in the mounting surface. Ensure that the box is oriented correctly according to the intended use and the direction of the wiring. Fourthly, secure the box to the mounting surface using appropriate mounting screws. Use screws that are suitable for the type of material being mounted to, such as wood screws for wood surfaces or machine screws with anchors for drywall or concrete. Tighten the screws until the box is firmly attached to the mounting surface, but avoid over-tightening, which could damage the box or the mounting surface. Fifthly, install the electrical devices, such as receptacles or switches, into the box. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for installing each device. Ensure that the devices are properly seated in the box and securely fastened using the screws provided with the devices. Sixthly, connect the electrical devices according to the manufacturer's instructions and in compliance with the National Electrical Code. Use appropriately sized and rated wire connectors to make all electrical connections. Ensure that all connections are tight and secure. Pay close attention to the grounding requirements and ensure that all grounding connections are properly made. Seventhly, once all the electrical connections are made and the devices are securely installed in the box, carefully arrange the wires inside the box, ensuring that they are neatly organized and do not obstruct the devices or the cover plate. Avoid overcrowding the box with wires, as this can make it difficult to install the cover plate and can potentially create a safety hazard. Eighthly, secure the cover plate to the box using the screws provided with the cover plate. Ensure that the cover plate is properly aligned with the box and that the screws are tightened securely. Do not over-tighten the screws, as this could damage the cover plate or the box. Now, it's very important to understand a note about the raised rings. The raised rings inside the box are specifically designed to prevent contact between the electrical conductors and the supporting screws. These rings provide a crucial safety feature by creating a physical barrier that isolates the conductors from any potential contact with the screws. It is imperative that you do not remove or modify these raised rings. Removing or modifying the rings would compromise the safety of the installation and could create a significant risk of electrical shock or fire. By maintaining the integrity of the raised rings, you ensure that the electrical connections remain properly insulated and protected from accidental contact with conductive materials. Now, some additional important considerations should be noted. Firstly, always refer to the National Electrical Code, or NEC, and local electrical codes for specific requirements and regulations regarding the installation of electrical boxes and wiring. Code requirements may vary depending on the location and type of installation, so it is essential to ensure compliance with all applicable codes. Secondly, use only Underwriters Laboratories, or all, listed or equivalent boxes and electrical devices. UL listing indicates that the product has been tested and certified to meet established safety standards. Using UL listed products helps to ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical installation. Thirdly, inspect the box for any cracks, damage, or defects before installation. Do not install a box that is damaged or defective, as this could compromise its structural integrity and safety. Fourthly, select the appropriate size and type of box for the intended application. Consider the number and size of the conductors that will be installed in the box, as well as the type of devices that will be mounted in the box. Choose a box that is large enough to accommodate all of the conductors and devices without overcrowding. Fifthly, use appropriate cable clamps or connectors to secure the cables entering the box. Cable clamps and connectors help to prevent strain on the conductors and ensure a secure connection to the box. Sixthly, properly ground the box according to the requirements of the National Electrical Code. Grounding helps to protect against electrical shock and ensures the safe operation of electrical devices. Seventhly, use appropriate wire connectors for making electrical connections inside the box. Wire connectors should be sized and rated for the conductors being used and should be installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. Eighthly, label all circuits clearly at the breaker panel. Clear labeling helps to identify the circuits and makes it easier to troubleshoot electrical problems in the future. Ninthly, test all circuits after installation to ensure that they are working properly and that there are no short or ground faults. Use a multimeter or circuit tester to verify the voltage and continuity of the circuits. Tenthly, if you are not comfortable performing electrical work, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is important to ensure that it is done safely and correctly. By following these instructions and guidelines, you can safely and effectively install the Allied Molded Products part number 9343. NK non-metallic outlet box for surface mounting, while ensuring compliance with the National Electrical Code and maintaining the integrity of the electrical system. Always prioritize safety and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. Finally, it's important to note that the National Electrical Code, or NEC, Section 314.43 provides specific requirements for the installation and support of boxes and conduit bodies. This section covers various aspects of box installation, including the methods of securing boxes to surfaces, the types of supports required, and the spacing between supports. When installing the Allied Molded Products part number 9343 NK non-metallic outlet box, it is crucial to adhere to the requirements of NEC 314.43 to ensure a safe and code-compliant installation. Some key points to consider from NEC 314.43 include: firstly, boxes shall be securely fastened in place. The NEC requires that boxes be securely fastened to the surface on which they are mounted. This can be achieved using screws, bolts, or other approved fasteners. The fasteners must be appropriate for the type of mounting surface and must be capable of supporting the weight of the box and any attached equipment. Secondly, boxes shall be supported from structural members of the building. In some cases, boxes may need to be supported from structural members of the building, such as studs or joists. This is especially important for larger or heavier boxes that may require additional support. Thirdly, boxes shall not be supported by raceways. The NEC prohibits the support of boxes by raceways, such as conduits or cables. Raceways are not designed to support the weight of boxes, and doing so could damage the raceway or create a safety hazard. Fourthly, boxes shall be installed in a manner that prevents strain on the conductors. The NEC requires that boxes be installed in a manner that prevents strain on the conductors entering or exiting the box. This can be achieved by using cable clamps or connectors to secure the cables to the box. Fifthly, boxes shall be accessible after installation. The NEC requires that boxes be accessible after installation for inspection, maintenance, and repairs. This means that boxes should not be concealed behind walls or ceilings without providing access panels or other means of access. By following these requirements and guidelines from NEC 314.43, you can ensure that the Allied Molded Products part number 9343 NK non-metallic outlet box is installed safely and in compliance with the National Electrical Code. Always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about the installation of electrical boxes or wiring. Now, let us delve into the significance of non-metallic boxes like the Allied Molded Products 9343 NK in electrical installations. Non-metallic boxes offer several advantages over their metallic counterparts, making them a popular choice for various applications. Firstly, non-metallic boxes are non-conductive. One of the primary advantages of non-metallic boxes is that they are non-conductive. This means that they do not conduct electricity, reducing the risk of electrical shock in the event of a fault or short circuit. This makes them particularly suitable for use in residential and commercial buildings where electrical safety is a top priority. Secondly, non-metallic boxes are corrosion resistant. Unlike metallic boxes, which can corrode over time due to exposure to moisture and other environmental factors, non-metallic boxes are highly resistant to corrosion. This makes them ideal for use in damp or wet locations such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. Thirdly, non-metallic boxes are lightweight. Non-metallic boxes are typically lighter than metallic boxes, making them easier to handle and install. This can be especially beneficial when working in tight spaces or when installing boxes overhead. Fourthly, non-metallic boxes are cost-effective. In general, non-metallic boxes are less expensive than metallic boxes. This can result in cost savings for electrical installations, especially when a large number of boxes are required. Fifthly, non-metallic boxes are versatile. Non-metallic boxes are available in a variety of sizes, shapes, and configurations, making them suitable for a wide range of applications. They can be used for mounting switches, receptacles, lighting fixtures, and other electrical devices. In addition to these advantages, non-metallic boxes are also easy to work with. They can be easily cut, drilled, and modified to accommodate various wiring configurations. They also do not require grounding, which simplifies the installation process. However, it is important to note that non-metallic boxes are not suitable for all applications. In some cases, metallic boxes may be required to provide additional mechanical protection or to meet specific code requirements. It is essential to consult with a qualified electrician to determine the appropriate type of box for each application. When selecting a non-metallic box, it is important to choose one that is UL listed or equivalent. UL listing indicates that the box has been tested and certified to meet established safety standards. It is also important to choose a box that is made of high-quality materials and is designed for the intended application. By understanding the advantages of non-metallic boxes and selecting the appropriate box for each application, you can ensure a safe, reliable, and cost-effective electrical installation. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about the installation of electrical boxes or wiring. Now let's consider some common mistakes to avoid when installing electrical boxes. Proper installation is critical for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. Here are some common mistakes to watch out for. Firstly, using the wrong size or type of box. Selecting the wrong size or type of box can lead to overcrowding of wires, difficulty making connections, and potential safety hazards. Always choose a box that is appropriate for the number and size of conductors and devices that will be installed in it. Secondly, failing to secure the box properly. A loose or improperly secured box can create strain on the wiring and can eventually lead to loose connections or even electrical faults. Always ensure that the box is securely fastened to the mounting surface using appropriate fasteners. Thirdly, over-tightening screws. Over-tightening screws can damage the box, strip the threads, or even break the screw. Always tighten screws until they are snug, but avoid over-tightening them. Fourthly, damaging wires during installation. Carelessly handling wires during installation can damage the insulation or even break the conductors. Always handle wires gently and avoid bending them sharply. Fifthly, making loose connections. Loose connections can create heat and can eventually lead to electrical faults or even fires. Always ensure that all connections are tight and secure. Sixthly, neglecting grounding. Grounding is essential for protecting against electrical shock and ensuring the safe operation of electrical devices. Always properly ground the box and all electrical devices. Seventhly, ignoring code requirements. Electrical codes are in place to protect people and property from electrical hazards. Always comply with all applicable electrical codes when installing electrical boxes and wiring. Eighthly, failing to inspect the installation. A thorough inspection can help to identify any potential problems before they become serious. Always inspect the installation carefully after it is complete. Ninthly, working without proper training or experience. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is best left to qualified professionals. If you are not comfortable performing electrical work, hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. By avoiding these common mistakes, you can help to ensure a safe, reliable, and code-compliant electrical installation. Remember to always prioritize safety and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns.